Well, as you can see, I decided just to lift in the shed again. It actually isn't really too bad today, but for strength work, it really is not too bad to do, even if it's super hot, because it's just a different kind of animal. But squats went really well. I was able to hit 220, and it felt pretty good. Definitely felt like heavy, but I haven't done 220 in a while. I was thinking about doing 200 for a double, but I knew if I was going to do 220, once I did the first single with 200, I was like, all right, that felt good, but I didn't want to, try to double it and then fatigue myself for 220. The volume went well. I did 3 less total reps than last week. Last week I did a 3x3 and then a set of 6. This week I did 2 sets of 3 and then a set of 6 with 10 kilos more. So I'll probably continue that trend next week with the volume and just accumulate 9 reps instead of 12 and go up to 180. I don't know if I'll go above 220 in the top set of the back squats. 220 is probably sufficient, but the behind the neck push presses, it's more of just a fun lift to do. I tried 135 today. It wasn't close. I missed 120 the first time I did it. I jumped all the way from 70. So the first one was more so just the jump of the weight. That was the issue. But I'm not really too concerned about what weight I hit with that. I'm going to do it next week and then switch to regular push press probably on this day for the last couple weeks before the competition. I don't really, it's more of just a practice of the dip drive versus trying to get a new weight. I think I've done 135 before. I feel like I did 130 and 135 when I did it in the house in the winter. I think that was the first time I did it. But like I said, I'm not really that concerned about it. I'm going to do pulls now. I'm actually going to do it from a deficit, so deficit clean pulls. I'm going to do them up to 220 and just do doubles. I believe I did doubles last week, but I wrote a single at 220. I'll probably end up just doing 2. I'll have to figure out what deficit I want to do, but I saw actually, it was a Chris Bumstead video and he was doing some deficit deadlifts, and I was like, I've seen Clarence do those. It's just, that jogged my memory seeing Chris Bumstead do it. And I was like, it's probably would not be the worst thing to do this week and next week, and then just go back to the floor before the competition and do them normally. So just a little variation, and just because pulls are easy, so I might as well make them as hard as I can, I suppose. But like I said, I'm going to go up to 220. Probably, I wrote a single, but probably do a double, but that will be it. So productive strength session. Tomorrow's block work, so hopefully that goes well. Interesting sleep pattern. So yesterday I slept, and by slept I mean I was in bed for 9 hours and 15 minutes, and woke up fine and felt great. And then today I woke up at 8, which wasn't the problem, but I slept 6 hours and 15 minutes, or at least was in bed for that long, and woke up completely fine, trained completely fine, which is interesting because my sleep will vary like that sometimes. A lot of times I've noticed that, especially in the summer, I'll wake up at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and then if I go back to sleep, I can sleep for another 3 hours sometimes. It's just kind of an interesting phenomenon, because anytime sometimes it's 8 o'clock and I'm just up and I don't feel I felt like I slept great. So it's a weird thing, because sometimes I'm going to need to take a nap later, but sometimes it's just at least when I think of sleep, I think it can be stressful to worry about accumulating a certain amount every day versus an average over a longer period of time. Kind of similar to most things like lifting. It's not just one big day of lifting that's important. It's accumulating things over. I gotta undo these reps. But it's accumulating an average over time. So if I, for instance, did a 240 back squat once in a month, that's good, but it would be more advantageous or more demonstrative of strength if I did 220 or 225 once a week for a month, something like that, for instance. So it's a difference of that. But I've also noticed that even in the summer, I'm not setting an alarm. And yesterday, I didn't take any caffeine prior to training. I drank coffee in the morning and then felt fine to train with the amount of caffeine I had earlier in the day. So it was really all out of my system, and I still slept for 6 hours and woke up alert and fine. So what I've learned too is if you feel okay after you sleep, you probably slept okay. And obviously if you have an alarm, then that changes things. And I kind of have that. I get to experiment a bit in the summer with sleeping, and just getting to see what happens when I just don't have an alarm. And it's interesting. Sometimes I'll still wake up quite early and just be completely fine, and other times I feel like a wreck, and who knows. But pulls, like I said, enough rambling, but I'm not going to throw any talk at the end. I just figured I'd throw this in here since I finished all the hard lifts. When really, it was just squats, and the push presses are just for fun. But time for pulls.